Hello, my friends. How are ya? Hiker Dave NE here. Thank you so much for coming by. So, I tried something today. My first time ever trying this. I stealthily made my way to one of my favorite areas. It took me about 25 minutes, maybe a little more than that, to go like 250 yards. I was slow. There's snow here and there. There's some melting. The snow's real crunchy and loud. And I snuck my way in here the best that Hiker Dave could do. And it was interesting. It was calming, very calming feeling. And other than a couple of, again, sounds from the ridge behind me, I didn't see anything or hear anything crazy out of the ordinary. I came to check on the marbles that I left some months ago when I first put these marbles out. I want to say it might have been like 5 months ago. I'm not sure. I have it written down. I'll put it here on the bottom. I have the date and time and everything when I put these marbles out. And I came back a few days later and 3 marbles were missing from a small structure. And I put 3 more marbles on a huge boulder about 75 feet away. I'll show you now. This one here is where I left 3 marbles. And on that boulder, let's see if I can't zoom, I left 3 more. Now the 3 marbles I left on that boulder have remained there ever since, completely untouched. But the marbles in this little 3-foot, 4-foot tall structure, maybe 5 feet tall, disappeared. 2 of them disappeared. I came back a day later, and the 3rd was gone. So I replaced them with 3 more, and we got snow. Like that next night. And I've been unable to come out here or unable to check on the marbles because there was snow. I finally came out here today and the 3 marbles that I left in here are gone. I have probably been searching maybe 15 minutes or so all around looking for the marbles. They were right here, and I'll show you guys a picture that I took what they looked like when I left them. And I got a ton of great feedback on a bunch of woodland creatures and such, birds, different animals that would love to have those marbles and that would come and steal them. But I am kind of baffled because 75 feet away, out in the open, I wanted to add, the marbles that disappeared from the little 5-foot structure are hidden from a topographical view, so a bird's eye view. You would never see those marbles unless the bird landed and walked into that little teepee type thing. I left 3 completely exposed out in the open on this boulder, and they were never touched. So today was the first time since some of the snow has melted, I was able to check on these. And they are still here. Whoa. So they are there. 1, 2, 3. There's like an orange one under here. I'll show you a picture of what that looked like when I left it. So I'm having a hard time understanding if woodland creatures out here, birds or what have you, why would they take the marbles that are actually hidden inside that one and leave these ones that are completely exposed, untouched? It's strange. Maybe I had something to do with this because I had put an X here with this birch branch and another birch branch over here in front of this other structure that's here. I came in one day and I was checking it out, and I saw that the X that I put, here's the other birch branch over here. And so I'm thinking that since I put an X here, that maybe that's why the marbles are untouched. And I'm going on the theory that Sasquatch is messing with my marbles, and that perhaps I gave off the wrong impression by putting that X there. I'm not quite sure what to think about it. Of course, me not seeing what happened to the marbles, I have no way of knowing, but I find it really strange that I've lost, well, I definitely have lost my marbles figuratively, but I've lost 6 marbles. Look at the size of these mountain lion tracks. Yeah, look at that. So in total, I lost 6 marbles in just this little structure. And I've been searching for them. Maybe they rolled out or something, or I don't know. I don't know what to think. I love this structure. This is my favorite. I always come back to this. And it's kind of a building process, it seems. It's always kind of being added to. But I don't know what to say. I don't know. Like I said, you can't see it from the sky. So a bird in a tree wouldn't have seen it. Because they were pretty well buried inside here. I find that pretty interesting. So I haven't been out in the forest for a couple weeks now, and life happens, and things happen that prevent you from doing something you love sometimes, right? And it's nice to come back and kind of hit the reset button, right? But I admittedly, it gets demoralizing sometimes when I do think of what am I doing? Why am I even out here, right? And I have to come back around to the original reason why I even started this channel. And it was to be out in the forest and to explore. And sometimes I lose sight of that, and I kind of get this tunnel vision, and I get sidetracked with what it is that brought me out here in the first place. And I had to force myself today to come out here. Things like, just things that happen in life, and you get caught up in things. And the whole reason why I loved coming out into the forest in the first place was because of that feeling that I get, that a mental release. I don't know really how to say it. Now, this whole clip, I'll probably edit it right out because it sounds dumb, but it's like laying on a psychiatrist's couch, right? And you don't even have to speak to anybody, and you just walk and look at nature and breathe, right? And I don't know what I'm saying. my best, you know, in my own self when I'm out in nature, I guess is what I'm trying to say. And, you know, and people out there that watch this video, you've probably already clicked off of it by now, but if you're an outdoor person, you know what I'm talking about as far as that psychological freedom that you feel when you're in the woods. I had a couple of comments, you know, a little handful of comments, and I've watched a couple other channels, and I've heard other people's opinions and their thoughts on the species, Bigfoot, on how dangerous they are. I've had people leave comments on videos telling me, you're an idiot, you shouldn't even be out there, you know, you're going to disappear, and Bigfoot will most likely be the cause of that. And first-hand accounts of people that were horrified by what they saw, and it changed them forever. And I understand that. I really do. Stories, folklore, whatever you want to call it, oral history passed down between, you know, natives, First Nations people in that talk of the guardian of the mountain or the guardian of the forest, or please forgive me, I don't know for sure what I'm referencing, but I'm seeing a couple of videos out there on the tubes of that saying that they're vicious, almost a demonic type creature. I want to know how you could possibly know that. If, you know, dead men tell no tales, right? If there's these vicious killing machine out there that is cannibalizing, tearing people, hikers, backpackers, and campers, and from limb to limb, how do you know that? How can that be something that can be said almost as fact? And I'm not going to give specifics or names because I don't do that. I don't really call people out like that. But their channel in particular that thinks that people like me are idiots. And that's a quote. People that seek out Sasquatch are idiots. And you know, and that they ruin lives, and you know, and I can't say whether that's true or not, but these people here and there in particular speak of it as truth, as fact. I think if you stumble across a bad apple, that it may end badly. I do believe that. But there are first-hand accounts of people that live with them on their property, and they're interacting with them in a good way. So I mean, that completely contradicts what others will say about these soul-crushing killer, just killing machines. I just can't agree with that, because would that not be detrimental to their species? Or are they just so dominant that they don't give a crap and they just, you know, see a human and kill it and rip your head off? You know, these things, they go through my head when I'm walking out here, especially alone. That, I mean, how ironic would it be for me to get disappeared, right? And I get scooped up by a clan of Bigfoot, and they got me roasting over a fire, right? And I could just be shaking my head going, geez, I should have listened to those guys on the interwebs who said that Bigfoot are just killing machines, that they're demonic. I don't know. I guess that's all I have to say about that. It's really nice to get out here today. I haven't been out in a couple of weeks. I don't know. I had a little rant. I think I might have even edited that part out of the video, but I haven't been out in the woods for a couple of weeks, and life happens and things happen, and I feel I'm glad I got out here. I forced myself to come out today. I just wasn't feeling it. I haven't been. It's been a tough start of the year, and that I won't get into too much of that, but I'll tell you, there's really no cure for being bummed out psychologically than getting out into the forest and going for a nice hike in the woods. I am coming to the end of my hike here, and definitely I appreciate you guys coming by and clicking. I wish I could have been more entertaining today, but the weather up here in New Hampshire is kind of crazy. It's cold today, but it's been hovering around high 30s, low 40s for a few days, and then today it's about 28. It's cold. Not freezing, but it's cold enough. I'll see you guys on the next one.